Hey there, what's going on? Carrie Hyam here. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about how to grow a six-figure team in network marketing without sacrificing your kids. I have talked to so many network marketers over the past few years, and it seems to be like that common denominator that actually causes a lot of moms, especially, to quit the industry. When they feel like their business is being put in front of their family, it causes tension between their spouse. The mom guilt starts to set in. If you want my 3 steps to help you do this, to help you get rid of the mom guilt, to help you grow your team without feeling like you're sacrificing your family, relationships, and people that matter to you most, stick around through this video. Now, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Carrie Hyam, and I am a Beach Boss influencer. And what we do at Beach Boss Influencers is we teach network marketers and home business entrepreneurs how to leverage social media systems and processes to make a shiz ton of money in less time. Because when you have systems and processes in place that work, that are in alignment with who you are and how you want to grow, magic can happen. So let's dive into these 3 steps on how you can actually grow this six-figure team without sacrificing your team relationships, people that matter to you most. The very first step that I have, I guess it's more of a tip, I could say, is you need to put your kids first. Okay, now that might seem, you're like, oh, Carrie, I've heard this before, right? But how many times have you been at a network marketing convention? You've been to your company's thing, and you've heard of result-driven behaviors. So many times people forget, these leaders that are on stage, they forget to tell you that it's okay to be mom first. It's okay to be dad first. It's okay to be a wife first. It's okay to put relationships, your family, before your business. And one thing that we teach here at Beach Boss is to put your family before your business, because believe it or not, you still can be successful without sacrificing them, without sacrificing relationships. Now, with that said, building a business doesn't come without a little bit of sacrifice, right? I mean, you can't be sitting around watching Netflix with your kids all day long and not working on your business and expect your business to grow. No, that's not it at all. You do need to focus on result-driven behaviors every single day. However, if you put your children first, especially and your husband first, you'll find that you are happier in growing your team. Your family is happier with you growing your team. You get more done in less time. And one thing that I found, even with my young girl, I have a baby. She was born in 2020, June of 2020. So she's not very old. I've been able to train her to allow me to work in condensed sections. And when you have their permission, I guess you can say, because you've put them first, it makes everything so much smoother. Right now, kids are kids, especially husbands are husbands. And I'm not trying to dog on husbands, because you're with, like, women can be this too, right? If you're a man, you have a spouse, right? Like, whoever your partner is, it can be really hard on our partners, on our spouses, when they feel like they don't get to see us throughout the day, and then they're coming home from work and they're not seeing us again because we're pouring everything that we have into a business. So one thing that I have done, and that has really helped me, is I actually have a calendar, and on the calendar, I put the non-negotiable things in first, the things that I refuse to miss. This includes vacations. This includes baseball games. This includes, when my daughter is old enough to dance, I plan on putting her in dance or gymnastics, whatever she wants to do. It means I am not missing recitals. I'm not missing the things that matter most, right? Like the things that when your child is looking in the stands and they don't see you, it breaks their heart, right? Like, I refuse to miss that stuff. If you put that in your calendar first, you're going to have a lot happier family, a lot happier, more happy kids, more happy spouse, because they feel like you are being intentional about having time with them. Okay. Now, with this, when it comes to training your kids, when it comes to training your spouse, I guess you could say, on, they have to see that you're working, right? Like, if they if they don't start to see results, that's another reason that your spouse especially might start to feel burnt out, feel like it's not worth the time that you're putting in. And so that leads us to step number 2. And that is being intentional with your time and picking a strategy and sticking to that strategy that is in alignment with who you are, with your core values, with how you want your business to be grown. So when I first got started in this industry, I came in and the company that I joined was very old school. I was doing, home meetings. I was doing parties. I didn't use any social media. In fact, the only social media that I used was messaging people to tell them to take a look at my business. Okay. And people are still doing that today. Even when the world went to crazy in 2020, it seemed like there was a lot of companies that they took old school tactics, I guess you could say, old school strategies, and they brought them online and they called it social media strategies. And that is not true. It is still old school. You're just bringing old school online. If you're sending messages to strangers, if you are, if you are sending those copy and paste messages, if you are spamming people, if you are going into someone's ad or someone else's comment and you're like leaving your links, like that is all very old school. And I can guarantee it's the reason you haven't gotten results yet. If you are doing these strategies work for people that have influence. If you don't have influence, you're not going to grow. Okay. So we need to have strategies that are in alignment with who we are, our core values. If you want to be seen as a legitimate business, run your business like a legitimate business. I don't know very many brick and mortar businesses that are just going in and cold messaging strangers, asking them to do whatever their service is, right? Like you have to treat your business like a business. And that means learning how to network online. It's network marketing. So that means we also have to learn how to market online. Okay. So this strategy that you're going to use, is it in alignment with who you are? Does it give you that sick, yucky feeling when it comes to doing whatever, it is that you have to do? Because I remember that being me when I was having to message people and call people that I hadn't talked to in 10 years, right? Like I felt sick to my stomach. It was not in alignment with who I was. It was not how I wanted to grow my business. I had to find a new strategy. And that's when I found social media, and I found social media marketing, and I found influence marketing specifically. And influence marketing completely changed my life. It allowed me to grow leveraging social media, building my business, building my brand as an influencer, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be an influencer. You just have to become a person of influence inside your network. Okay. And you're able to do that leveraging systems and processes and automation, which frees up more of your time that you get to spend with your family, your kids, your spouse, those people that matter to you most. Okay. So that's step 1 and 2. First is putting your kids first. 2 is being intentional with your time and picking a strategy that is in alignment with who you are, a strategy that can work for anyone, regardless if you have influence or not starting out. Okay. And if you need help on that, if you're looking for a specific strategy, definitely grab the link that's attached to this video. It could be above me, it could be below me, depending on wherever you're watching it from. It could be a link in the comments. It could be in the description. There's a link somewhere. You're going to want to grab that because that is the strategy that we teach in Beach Boss Influencers that allows you to make more money in less time, leveraging those social media systems and processes that I talked about. The third and last piece to growing a 6-figure network marketing team without sacrificing your kids is time blocking. Now, this is especially important as you start to come into like the summer months. Anytime like my kids are home, like it seems like my calendar like goes out the door, right? Like kids are around, they're running, they're crazy. So I have found that I have to like condense time. And I have to work my business in 20-minute time blocks. This is what works for me, especially where I have, a baby girl that, she doesn't give me much more than 20 minutes, right? So I need to work my business in 20-minute time blocks. That's what I teach my team to do, because if you try to like power through and work for like 3 hours straight, by the time you get to that third hour, like your mind space is gone. right? Like you're bogged down. I recommend taking breaks, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes in between those 20-minute time blocks that you're going to be working. Spend time, with your kids, spend time with your spouse when he's home. These 20 minutes are crucial though. And there's 3 20-minute time blocks specifically that you're going to want to make sure that you are penciling into that calendar. The first 20-minute time block is spent doing nothing but growing your network, growing your audience. So first figure out, where is your audience on social media? Where do they hang out? And start building relationships. This business is a relationship business, okay? If you do not have know, like, and trust with people, they are not going to buy from you and they are not going to do business with you. So figure out where they hang out on social media, depending on whatever it is that you're promoting. And then start to figure out what kind of content they see as valuable, and share a lot of that type of content to attract them to you. Okay, so the first 20 minutes is spent growing that network. The second 20 minutes is spent engaging with that network. If you're friending people on Facebook, let's say, you are going in and you are intentionally commenting on their posts. You're in Messenger, in their stories. You're in other groups, right? Like, you want to make sure that you're engaging with that network to build know, like, and trust. And the absolute best way that you can do this is by leveraging video. If you are not leveraging video, you are missing a huge boat, because video is the quickest, fastest, easiest way to grow influence quickly. Okay. The third 20-minute time block is spent actually having conversations about your business, right? It is having enrollment conversations, promoting your business, getting people into enrollment conversations so that you are recruiting customers, enrolling teammates. Because if you aren't doing this and do two things in network marketing, or it could be enrolling them, helping your team enroll those people, right? And that's that duplication piece that comes in. If you are not having those conversations every single day, your business isn't growing. You are not making money. Okay. So let's recap real quick. The first step is putting your kids first, putting those things on the calendar. They are non-negotiable. And what this means is that when it's kid time, you are not working. I am not sitting there on my phone, messaging people, a team, whatever that is, during a baseball game. I'm not. That is my time for my children. When it's a date night with my husband, I am not working. That is like my sacred, holy time. And my team knows that. They know that if I don't get back with them, I will, right? I will get back to them during my working hours. The second step is being intentional with a strategy that is in alignment with who you are, with your core values, with, who you are as a person. You want to be excited to wake up and grow your business every single day. If you are not excited about the strategies you're using, you need a different strategy, and you can check out the strategy that we teach in the link that in a link that's attached to this video. And then the third step is time blocking. 3 20-minute time blocks specifically. You can grow a 6-figure network marketing team in as little as an hour a day. We've taught it to our team. We've taught it to our students. We see people getting results using this strategy every single day. First piece of that strategy, first 20-minute time block, is spent growing your network. The second is spent engaging with that network to build know, like, and trust. And the third 20-minute time block of the day is spent promoting to that network, having enrollment conversations. If you want your business to grow faster, do more of those 20-minute time blocks each day, right? Somebody that is able to put in 8 hours a day is obviously going to grow their business a lot faster than somebody that's not. And it's crucial, right? Like, it's crucial for you as a business owner to put these things in place, because if you don't, I don't know about you, but there were times when I've been sitting at network marketing, events, and there's leaders up on stage and they're like, oh, we didn't take a single vacation until we built this and reached the top. And it took them like 5, 6, 7, sometimes up to 10 years to get to where they're at. And I think about that and I'm like, your kids are only young once. Even if it takes an extra year so that you can go and be on that vacation, right? Like, your kids are only going to want to go to Disneyland for so long before they don't care to go to Disneyland. Take the vacation, go to the baseball game, be the present parent, because it absolutely is possible to grow that team without sacrificing any relationships with those people that matter to you most. So hopefully you got value out of today's episode. We'll see you on the next one.